Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'll talk to you and actually unbox and demonstrate, and we'll go over some spec and also to bake the white bread today. So this one is from Vevor new bread maker, which is a little bit different from all of the ones I already reviewed. I use for many years already the Hamilton Beach, this one, which is 2 pounds maximum. It was great, but it did give me some of the problems because I cook almost every other day the bread. It didn't like last well because it's affordable, but some parts need to be replaced, and I already replaced many parts, so it's expensive to replace any part on that. So hopefully this one will last longer, and this one is unique. I'm gonna start unboxing and talk to you why it's unique. First of all, this one from Vevor, as you can see, the box looks like just basic because they are not spending much money on making looks good as a box, but they give you very good value of the product quality. I have a lot of products already from Vevor, all of them great, but oh, I'm wrong actually. They did actually spend some money, and let's do. They do have nice box, but oh, okay. So they put in a white box, but still, not so much marketing like because all this costs a lot of money. So they basically bring you the best price because they save money on the all this material to packet, I guess, to put extra pictures and so on, to use extra models for the picture. So this one is kind of should be different because this one should be like this one is 2 pounds, 600 watts. This one should be 3 pounds and 900 watts. And over here, the information, it's actually 950 watt. So it's 350 watt more powerful. And that's gonna be the biggest difference most likely, but also it might have a little bit more function. Let's see the, oh wow, it looks good. It's a larger little bit. So my Hamilton Beach one has 12 options, and over here in the box you're gonna find the glove, which they care that you don't get burned, I guess, because it might get very hot. Really nice. Oh, they do come with two windows. You can see. I'm gonna get closer anyways. Two windows from the top, but let's open up and see. They say they use, oh, I can see it's different. Let's see how easy to remove. And, oh, it's just pulling up. So this actually, I think, wow, it's actually come with dual spinner. So you have a dual beater versus to single one. Um, Let me unbox everything to show you what is inside. So you do get a measurement cup, which is good, which I usually use 1 cup over here with all measurement. This measurement actually pretty much most of them comes. This one probably to remove these bitters from the bread. I notice many people cannot remove them from the bread when you remove the bread sometimes. I usually just leave the bread inside, so I guess many people does the same way. So to remove this, you use this tool, I think, to insert it and pull it out like this. Pull it out from the bread. I show you before different way if you don't have this tool to use the Phillips screwdriver. I do have some video. I'm gonna post probably in the description how to remove it simple way. And they do give you, instead of two, they give you extra one part as a replacement just in case. Actually, they never get really bad, but it's nice to have extra. So they give you 3 beaters, looks like exactly the same. So one is for replacement, and I'll show you. Let me check some. Well, they do have a larger display. I'm gonna show you everything once I turn it on. But I like they have dual window, which we can actually check out in a video later when I start to cook the bread. And the weight of the machine, actually, this machine is much lighter and looks like it's slimmer. But the reason I give you this compare so you get some idea what you're getting. And actually, I already see some benefits. First of all, this pan made a little bit different inside. I know both of them have a non-sticky surface, but this one feels, as they say, it's ceramic and feels like it is like shiny. So actually, I never saw any of this kind of quality. It feels a little bit thicker as well, so it kind of basically give you better probably. But the good about, as you can see, it's not as tall, right? But it's longer. So every time I try different machine, some of them actually even smaller than this one. So this one is for 3 pounds. And I like the way they made it longer because I will be honest, to have this tall bread, it's hard to use inside the toaster. And actually, I do have a toaster from Vevor as well. I will do unboxing later. And we'll use it as well to see because this bread come out, I love it, but every time it's come out tall. And the problem is when the bread raise, it will hit the glass inside the bread machine. So always hitting the glass usually. With this one, looks like it's a deep inside located, so there's more space to go. And also, I think the design better. I didn't cook it yet. It's just what I know from my experience. That's what I actually was trying to find the one of the machine which will have longer versus to taller. Some of them making not that tall, but at the same time they are not larger, and they claim to be 2 pounds, so kind of not really 2 pounds most likely. I tested like about 4 machine different, and I didn't like them for many reasons. But this one, I cannot say I like it because I didn't try it yet. But I can tell you that this machine come with a kind of more professional, I would say. Not only it's a longer loaf, it will be better probably like baked, I guess. What do you say? Like because you can do different stuff in this machine. It comes actually with 12 preset, exactly like the other one, but all the information right on the machine, the numbers. Looks like to use this machine will be very similar to Hamilton Beach, very basic. I'll show you as well. It's just the only difference. This one is white, that one is black. I like black, of course, better for my environment, like for my house. But over here, you guys get silver cover. It should be much easier to clean and looks good. And the ventilation on the side over here, and there's a lot of space. Yeah, I think I like the design of this machine for sure. So let's start the baking. And over here the information you're gonna find. I don't see much information about. Well, they do give you different. Let's see. Or they do have some options what you want to cook, bake, I guess. But they give you just a basic chart. The chart, what ingredients like you have to put in. So I never actually baked 3 pounds bread, so I would have to follow this instruction because I always cook 2 pounds bread. 99% of the bread makers on the market, it's probably maximum 2 pounds. This is the only one. I know there's few more, but they cost much more, of course. Only one under $100 machine which can do 3 pounds bread. And when you make 3 pounds bread, you don't want it too tall because when you cut the bread, you cannot put in any toaster really. It's too long. It's very hard to cut it. So I think this one will be perfect size. We'll check it out. Okay, so enough talking. Let's bake. All right, so I want to show you the difference before I start to bake, so you know what you're buying and the difference. So that's why I'm not just saying that one is better than another. I don't know if they're better or not. We're gonna find out later for sure. So this one is 2 pounds, and you can see over here it says 1.5 and 2 pounds. I usually cook only 2 pounds. It does come with different features. You have an easy menu over here. Just press button and it will select the one you want to bake. Same way over here, you got all this menu listed right over here. You select it, larger display, but it comes with 2 pounds, 2.5, and 3 pounds. So it's a little bit larger, great for larger family, or even not larger family, because the bread can last for weeks sometimes, depending on the way you're gonna store. But I want to show you the difference, how it's actually inside. You can see it's a pretty large and it's longer versus mine is dirty. It's about 3 years maybe old. As you can see, it's a little bit, yeah. Well, it's normal after you use this. You don't really wash inside much, just wiping out. But I didn't get prepared. I didn't clean it, so you can see that I use this. But you can see the difference from the top, and you can see the window. It's not really very important, the window size, but it comes with 2 windows, so you can see basically all this stuff, how is it mixing. But also, because I said earlier that I like the way, I told you before that I like the way it looks like the size of the pan. So this one is from here pan, and I'll show you actually why I like it. And this one, you see the difference? And also, as you can see, this one actually really ceramic. I thought they just saying it's ceramic, but you can feel it's heavy a little bit. Also, you can feel it's like ceramic kind of coating and a little bit like sparkling, but it's ceramic. This one is just basic, I think, Teflon. I'm not sure what the cover, but again, it's non-sticky, both of them. It does come with 3 beaters, but I like always to do compare to show you the difference, and I want to show you the difference of the dips, because this one is as deep as almost 8 inches, and this one as deep as 8 inches. So I would say probably 2 millimeters difference, but 2 millimeters difference, but you can see the difference. You can see the difference as here it's more than an inch taller. So it means this one will sit deeper, get better baking temperature around, and there's more space to go up. That's a big difference from my experience of baking probably about 100 breads a year, maybe more, for my family, because I love the way it's baked at home versus to buying ready bread. We do buy sometimes ready bread, but homemade it's much better, and it does not take much longer than like 5 minutes maybe just to make the bread. So it's not only save you money, it costs about 50 cents per bread, versus if you buy it will cost you over 5 or even more probably, because you not only you know what you put in it, they also you're getting 2 pounds. Usually you buy in a store 1 pound bread for about $3 or $4. Over here you're gonna be 3 pounds. So this one will cost you maybe $1.50 to make, maybe less. I didn't do the calculation recently because the flour went up a little bit, but again, you'll save about 10 times a year. So usually they pay off within first 3 months, 4 months if you use this regularly. So it's a really good savings and also healthy way to cook at home. So I'm gonna follow, I will try to follow the recipe, whatever listed here, but I usually don't put as much sugar. I usually do sugar with no sugar added, and oil. Sometimes I put olive oil or like different type, like avocado oil I sometimes put, or grape oil, but I usually make, when I make white bread, I don't put any additional. So I will follow the instruction first. So I'll do 3 pounds just to see how it will look, because I'm curious about the 3 pounds experience. And they give you the cup, so it should says here 1 cup, so it's full. So I'm gonna use this water, which is boiled and filtered. Okay, and you just pour in. It's should be around 190. Like usually, it's good between 80 to 100 Fahrenheit. If it's too hot, over 100, then it might kill the yeast. And there was two, and one more. So you get to put. Wait, it doesn't say how many. I stop right away because I put 2 cups. Actually, it says here 520 milligram. Each cup is 240 milligrams. So I just put another 60 milligram to make it 520, because 2 cups will be 480. And okay, so we're done with that. Then you need to put 3 teaspoons of salt, which should be super easy. Have you can use different. This one is kosher salt. Usually it's good to put fine one. So I'm gonna put 3 full, 1, 2, and 3. Usually I use 1.5 on 2 pounds, so it's a little bit different recipe, I guess. Then they want to put tablespoon, 5 tablespoon. That's a lot of sugar. And I am actually out of sugar because I don't really use the sugar as much. This one is tablespoon, this one a teaspoon size, but that's a lot of sugar they put. I'm gonna use only one actually. I think that's more than enough. But they asked to put 5. Well, I'll put one more, I guess, but that's more than enough for 3 pounds. I usually don't put. It will help actually to raise bread most likely and make it taste sweeter. Oh, it says to put in a corner. I already dropped there, and so is the salt, so they say to put in a corner. Then you need to put 2 tablespoons of oil. Then they say to put 2 tablespoons of oil. I usually just pour as a little bit, and I can guess it's about. Oil is always good. I mean, too much oil is not good, but for the bread, but oil always good, but too much oil is not always good for the bread. But I put about 4 tablespoons, I guess. And now I need to put 6 cups of the flour. It says high gluten flour. I use the bread flour, which has high gluten in it. There is also another one, pizza type of, which has even higher. So let's put it. And I'm not trying to market the Vevor much, but I do have Vevor container here, which is kind of interesting. And I put 25 pounds of bread flour inside. I don't have to wash it. I just cut it the paper and it's last, and it's good to keep. So I need to put 6. One, and it's actually very good. So you can basically use right outside. It does have wheels, so you don't have to lift it if you don't need to. And you can do this one. 3. Actually, you need to put 6, they say. And I know this full one is a cup. I use my own. So it's 4, 5, 6. Also, I notice I usually use only 4, and this one use 4 cups, which is more. But again, we'll see what's gonna happen next. So this one is good, so you can close this and put it away. All right, so now we're gonna try to use this machine for the first time. You basically just open up. You don't need really to wash it. Make sure there's no paper inside, so it's all clean. No, and you just, I guess, just put in. You probably want to turn this underneath in different position because you need to push it in. You need to locate. That's only things. Oh, okay, now you just push it in. Make sure it stay very well inside. And you can probably see it. It's much deeper. I don't know if you have one bread machine. It's much deeper laying down. So there should be more space so bread to grow. So that should be good. And let's see, for the first time, I actually didn't do any reading. And I noticed my vision is not good anymore, I guess. Actually, it's not 12, it's 15 options. Over here, 3 more, I missed it, sorry. So in previous, I said it's 3, it's the same 12, but actually it's 15. 15 different options to cook. So right now I'm gonna go through menu. Actually, since I do basic one, I do one. If you want different one, then you click on menu. It will go through all these options. And now I need to choose a love size, which is listed as 3 pounds. If you're gonna go 2 pounds, it's only 3 hours. 2.5 will be, so it's only like 50 minutes difference between 2 pounds to 3 pounds. And I know why, because it's long. It will not take much longer. With other machine, it's tall. That's actually, so this one actually gonna cook exactly the same time as the other machine, but it will cook 3 pounds. Then you don't need to do anything on this side. You can choose a color. Basically, you have a light, medium, dark, and rapid. Actually, rapid, it will be very quickly cooked, and it will take only 2 hours and 25 minutes. So it will be very fast. But although I guess dark, usually I go darker and it's come out like medium. And again, over here you have timer, 2 timers. Not sure how you use this. This one is probably for DAF or some other options, because you can do over here basic, French, whole wheat, sweet, buttermilk, gluten-free, super rapid, cake. 9 need, actually 9 will be kneading, so it will just mixing. Then the dough, you can do pizza dough, yogurt, jam, bake, and homemade, whatever you calculate and put in this. So it does give you a lot of functions. This machine does not have dispenser, which some other does, I noticed, but it's not really a big deal, because with dispensers I usually put by myself on top when it's it will alert you most likely. So you just press one and it will cook. That's it. If you need to stop, pause, you just press again. Now it's cooking. So we're gonna come back and check this out. You can see everything in the window, very clear. And you can see from both if you want to. And I notice when I press start, it's started, but nothing happened. I believe it will start. Let's see. Now I press start, nothing happens. I believe it's warm up to get this warmer, and then it will start to mix. The other one, yeah, looks like it's working, but it's not mixing until I think the temperature good enough to start to mix all the ingredients. That's actually kind of different versus to most of them, because most of them you would have to put warm water and make sure the temperature right. So let's see how loud is the machine gonna be. But I think I didn't tell you, and I didn't read the instruction before using. So before you use for the first time, you do need to put some water in a pan, about 200 milligram, and set it for 10 minutes of baking. So this way, all the smell and stuff will burn out, and it will not smell as bad. So I missed that step. So I don't know if my bread will smell or not, but we'll check it out. But if you do it, make sure you read the instruction. I was actually thinking the machine is broken because most of the machine, when I press the power button, like start, it will activate it, start to blend, and that's it. So I was kind of worried that, I got Vevor, and first time one of the products is defected or problem. But turned out to be, they do have sensor, and it's actually warm up for about 15 minutes. After 3 minutes, about 3 minutes, I'm not sure if there's heating sensors. So now about 20 minutes past, 25 minutes past, it start to blend it. As you can see, it's slow blender. I mean mixing. It's really cool. It's getting actually, you will not see because it's getting a little bit steamed out. So, and it's very quiet, surprisingly. Machine is more power. It's very quiet. About twice as quiet as the previous one, or maybe even 3 times. I'm not sure, I didn't measure, but it is very quiet. And you can open, but I don't recommend to open because of heat. And it's blending very slowly, but I think the bread should be really good now, because what it does, it's warm up the water to the temperature it's needed. I usually put warm water right away. With this machine, you can put, I guess, colder water, but because it will warm up all the ingredients to the right temperature and cook. So don't be afraid if you press the button it's not working. So it's very easy selecting the menu. Then you select, you don't really need to use timer for basic or French, but the timer will allow you to extend the time more or less. And then you select the loaf size, color, what type of color you want the bread to be, or whatever like you making, and the start. And if you need to turn off the machine or pause you press once. If you need to turn on, completely turn off and restart other, you hold it for 3 seconds by pushing, like you push the start and stop for 3 seconds, and it will turn off. So let's see the result. And here's the toaster I'm gonna use actually once the bread is ready. The bread actually still cooking, baking. I have like few hours to go, but I just want to show you, just unbox this one. It's also from Vevor, so I'm official fan of Vevor now, I guess. Let's see how it works. It's kind of interesting. There's no digital display. Let me show you close. So it looks like a more manual, pretty cool, like vintage style. And then you can just put anything and easily to go to the bagel, defrost, cancel. Easy to use. And for the first time, I'm gonna put both of them to the actual defrost. And this side, I'm gonna put to bagel. I think it's the highest temperature. So for the first time, I think they recommend to burn it out. So you put on high temperature, just empty, until all these things inside burn out, like smell. And I would do probably twice, and then it will be ready to toast the bread. And the bread is great, cooking so far so good. It's not as loud, and it's getting hot, so you can warm up your hands if you need during the winter. Really nice. All right, so only 9 minutes left, and let's check it out. You can see it didn't even touch the screen as the most other would do. And I will open. It's better not to open, but I want just to show you how big. Actually, it's really cool, and I'm gonna wait and we'll show you once it's cooled down. Actually, when I pull out, and I think many people want to know how hot it will get. Well, over here it's more hot, of course, but I can hold it in my hands, just warm. Over here it's hotter, of course. This one is more hotter because it's steel, stainless steel. And so far, I'm pretty happy how it works. All right, so let's remove it. It looks amazing. As you can see, this side will be clean because it doesn't go as high because it's a little bit low, and I'm use the. You just pull it out, I guess, up. Pretty basic. Remove it, and let me show you how I handle. And it will beep actually once it's ready. I recommend to remove it within about 5 minutes after. So I'm gonna put it aside now, like this. And I'll just put my other glove for the first time. I'm not sure how hot. Actually, not that hot. So you would just flip it over. That's how I do it. And shake it down. Okay. Actually, all these needles inside left. So what I would do now, I would put it in under the water to let it cool down, and then put under the hot water a little bit and let it sit for maybe an hour or two. But so looks on this bread, and I'm gonna wait it actually to see how actually how much it will weigh. It's 3 pounds and 1 ounce, 1.5. So a little bit overweight than more than 3 pounds, and it's not only smells good, it feels good that you made your own bread. Now I'm gonna let it cool down on this type of rack. So let's check it out the bread. As you can see, it's blended, not bad. I noticed that the corners are actually cut on this type of, so I'm not sure why. It's kind of design of this kind of pan. It's mixed, not bad, looks like. Pretty much as many of them, but it's I'm gonna also try to do 2 pounds bread because this one is 3 pounds, really huge, heavy, and as you can see, it's like about the same color, and I cook it on the dark color. And some other one I tried before, you would get maybe dark over on this side, but the top would be not the dark. I did use a little bit sugar and oil, but usually I do white bread without any additional ingredients. I would use water, flour, and yeast and salt. That's it. And it would be probably my next one. But so far it looks great. I'm not sure why it's kind of designed split in half almost, but again, it's homemade bread, much tastier usually, and you can create any kind of bread you want. You can put different ingredients, and it will smell, all your house will smell so really good. So I'm gonna wait until it's cooled down, then I'll cut it and try the toaster as well, which is also from Vevor. And now I'm gonna cut it and see actually how it's inside looks, and to show you as well. So it's much better, I think, much better way actually for the bread. And I also explain you why I think the pan is better designed and smells good. So actually it's well mixed inside. I'll show you close up. If you take a look, it's well blended inside, so it's actually really good. Usually when I use the oil, like olive oil or any, sometimes they have like build-ups around because it's very hard to mix the oil. All right, so I use olive oil, and we're gonna test it out. The toaster, actually, it's a big piece. I'm gonna cut. So probably it will be best to make it. This one is 3 pounds, but I think I usually will make only 2 pounds. But with 2 pounds, it will be a little bit smaller because it's still very high. If you take a look on this pen from the Hamilton, it came out actually as high as usually coming from here. Okay, with Hamilton usually beach or any other one usually don't get as nice because if it go as high it will touch the glass on top. So this one actually pretty cool, and also it's longer. So if you do for 2 pounds, I think it's gonna be really good because with 2 pounds it will be a little bit different, and actually it's very soft and nice. Very good bread came out for the first time. Second time I'll do 2 pounds, and I think I might do later on review. So subscribe to my channel to see my experience later on, what I think about this. And so far I'm really happy with outcome, and I'll put it on the 2 or 3 actually, and just push down. As you can see, it's still long, even for large. Okay, it's pretty long. That's why I'm saying that using, I have some water here. Actually, I put some water so it will be, one is came out very easy, another one actually also came out. So now I can, so stay in the water for a little bit and just easy to remove it. So it's you don't need to use the soap anymore. Just I would use just water, wipe it out, and it's good to go for next time. As you can see, it's kind of different in size. So if you do only 2 pounds, I think it will be smaller bread, a little bit shorter, most likely up to here. So it will be perfect bread pieces to put in the toaster. At the same time, it will be better blended because if it could blend it so well, actually, my Hamilton, most of them don't blend as good as sometimes. So when they can do 3 pounds, the 2 pounds gonna be much less power, so it will do probably even better job. So it should be very good for like French bread or any other bread. You can do basically anything over here: jam, bake, homemade. They have all pasta dough, yogurt. You can even do pizza dough easily as well. So you can do so many things with this machine, and it takes not as much time as some people will think. And again, let's see how the toaster doing, because it's I'm gonna probably eat it now because I was waiting for a long time to try it out. The smells, the fresh bread smells really good. I love how the bread smells. Actually, my wife's already could hear the smell and she wants to cut it before even I record this part. But okay, it's ready. So it's actually perfect for 3. It's not really burn out, so it's actually do good job. Popped out. And that's all for today. So the bread machine works great. 5 star for me for now. I'm gonna do different probably stuff with this machine as well. Since it's larger, now we can do like pizza dough more. You can do probably do 2 pizzas easily, large one at the same time. The dough. It takes only 1 hour usually. I'm not sure how long. I like the system. It's a kind of new technology, I guess, that is warm up the machine that before start to really use it. With most of the machine you don't have like it does not really wait. As soon you press the start, it will start to blend right away. It does not heat up, does not prepare anything. With this one, it was waiting for some time, about 15 minutes, and then started. I actually thought it's broken, but so far it came out really good. So far looks good. And I put it on the dark, so this is the dark part. As you can see, it's darker, so it's perfect come out. It's probably gonna be my replacement. Well, not probably, it is replacement now for Hamilton Beach. So that's why I replacing this Hamilton Beach machine with Vevor now. Really good. And if you have an old one, I recommend to replace it because the old one I noticed sometimes doesn't work well. Few things about bread I've been asked before. What's happened if your bread drop inside sometimes or doesn't raise high? This few issue might be number one, you might kill the yeast if it's too hot water, and number two, your flour might be very low gluten and maybe not good for bread. I tried some flour from the Costco, and my bread keep falling. It was never good for like almost like 4 times on the road. I thought my machine was not good, but turned out once I replaced the flour, it was a flour. So make sure you pick one, the bread flour, pizza flour, any flour with a higher gluten, that will work much better. Again, if you're gluten allergic to gluten, then you may want to check different kind of recipe and something else. But that's my experience with gluten bread because it's natural. There's supposed to be gluten. Anyways, the toaster works great so far. It is hot outside, so don't touch it when it's in use. It's not really hot from sides, but it does looks nice and great. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.